Figured I'd quickly go over the notes of the guitar and how to find them. If you like what I do here, as all the YouTubers say, support on Patreon, like, subscribe. Don't like if you don't like, and that's fine. But yeah, let's talk about it. I always say if you know the alphabet to G and you can count to 4, you can probably learn music. It's not super complicated. So you want to start with just your E string, right? Your E string is the lowest string. There's two things you'd want to know about learning where the notes on the guitar. You want to know where they are on maybe 3 of the strings. If you know where the notes are, well, on the E, the A, and the D string, you can figure, and you know the octave shape, you can figure out all the notes across the G, B, and the E string, because you got 2 E strings, so these are going to match. Just 2 octaves apart, right? So, best way to get started is with your open E. That'd be E, F on the 1st fret, G on the 3rd. So E, F, G. And then 5th fret, A, 7th fret, B, 8th fret, C. And then 10, 12 is D and E again. There it is. All right, cool. End of the video. No. So E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. And now if you learn how to tune a guitar early on, you know that your 5th fret matches the next open string, right? So your 5th fret is A. So if you extrapolate that out, you can do A, B, C. You know that your open A, and then your 2nd fret and your 3rd fret is A, B, C, right? Oh. It's the same exact set of notes. A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D, E. Isn't that interesting? So A, open A, 2, 3, 5. So that's A, B, C, D, right? Because the D matches your open string. And then there's your E. The same thing as the 12th fret here. There's their note repeated, right? And then a half step up would be F, and then G, A. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. So I said if you know the notes on 3 of the strings, you can figure out the G string and the B string, and the E strings will match. Now, next thing I would talk about would be the octave shape. Would be this shape here. So from your open E to your 2nd fret of your D string. So open E, and you take that shape all the way through. That would be, so now you can just do the same pattern you did on the E string. Open, 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12, and do your octave. And you follow that shape up. You've now got the notes of the D string. You know that the 5th fret open, so that you know that note's a D. Well, that means that note is an E, where my index finger is, right? And then now where my pinky is an F. There's your G on 2 strings. There's your A, where my pinky is now on the D string. My pinky now again is on the B, right? Pinky's on the C. My pinky's on the D because the 12th is where the notes repeat. And then again. So what is that? The 14th fret, 12, 13, 14. This is the same as your 2nd fret. Just repeats itself. So same thing now with your A string. You can do the same thing. So if you follow the same pattern, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, and you do the same octave shape. And I'm doing this octave shape. I could do this octave shape. There's a guy who keeps commenting on my videos like, hey Einstein, that's not the only octave shape. I know it's not the only octave shape. Well aware. Old news, buddy. So, but I think it's the most useful octave shape. As far as the ergonomics of the hand, if you put out a hand, and I go like this, where do your fingers land? Oh, they land here. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, you're right. That's an octave shape too, but it's a cross. Now if I do an octave like that, it's just not as, this one feels better. And also it's less strings. There's a reason when Wes Montgomery played octaves, he did them like that. Because you can move it around. It's an easy shape to move around. So, again, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. And with your octave. So now, my index finger's on the A, my pinky's on a B, my pinky's on a C, pinky's on a D note, right? Pinky's on the E, F, G, A. Now the things get weird once you switch to the D string now. You have to, the shape widens a little bit. So now it's across one string and across an extra fret. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 frets apart, 3 frets apart. I mean 4 frets apart, 1, 2, 3, 4 if you think of it that way. So I'm on the second fret of, so if you think your D chord, this open D and this note here is your octave. So those are both Ds. Second fret of the D string, fifth fret of the B string. There's your E. So D, E, F, third fret of the D string, sixth fret of the B string. G, eighth fret of the B string. A, 10th fret of the B string. B is your 12th fret of the B string. There's your B, right? And there you're back to C and back to D. So that's kind of how you can do the musical math to figure out where your notes are on the neck. I don't know how much more I can say about that. It's really just do the math, do the hard practice, and figure it out. I mean, you can. And guitar is weird, especially once you start reading music. You know, you can do. I've done this video a few times, but I always think it's interesting, right? So I can do the same set of notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, I don't even think I exhausted all of them. I think there's a few more in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 different ways to go on the guitar, right? And I mentioned this before in a previous live stream. That's why I always love seeing guitar players play Donna Lee. My amp was on. The bass amp was still on. Because everybody plays it in a different spot. Everybody plays the run in a different place. And it's always cool to see. What am I doing? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't do it right now. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can't do it. But screwing that up. But I would like this one. Gosh, there's no good way to play that on the guitar. I mean, I think this is the easiest way I found. And playing jazz on this guitar is weird. I found that it's a little shifty. It's a little shifty with the hand. I'm kind of moving all over the place, but there it is. Oh my gosh. Yeah, screwing up that ending part. I don't know why. I'm playing it for over 2 decades. All right, that's it. The notes of the guitar. Again, you can do them in a couple different ways. I think the best way to figure them out is using your octaves and do the musical math, explore the guitar, play, have fun. Life's short. That's about it. So hopefully that's helpful. I don't know. It might be. It might not be. Whatever. I don't think nobody chatted in this live stream. That's interesting. It's the first live stream where nobody said anything. But hopefully it was helpful. This was just about teaching the notes of the guitar. This shape. So there's your octave shape. So if you wanted your octave on the E string, it'd be 3rd fret, 5th fret on the A string, 3rd fret, 5th fret, and then it shifts wider when you get to between the D and B string and the G string and the E string. I think my guitar's out of tune, but whatever. You get the idea. So, peace out. Hope everybody has a wonderful day. It's 2 live streams in one day. That's plenty for me, probably. But maybe I'll come back with some shorts or something. So, but I have like 800 and something videos, so explore the shorts. There's a ton. I've gone over all this a million times. So, whatever. I'm a composer. I've got a bunch of music out. That's kind of where my passion lies, is in composition. I like putting dots on paper and giving them to other people to play. That's my favorite thing to do. I've got a bunch of exercises. Like, subscribe, maybe find me on Patreon. $3 a month, less than a coffee a month. You can support the arts. And I don't know. I'll see you on the next one, I guess. Yeah, that's about it. I don't know. Peace out, y'all. Next time.